Hi, welcome back. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining me on here today. I'm going to be replicating this eyeshadow combination over to the other side. I'm also going to do a lip combo with you, and we're going to do this blush combination over on this side as well. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to get started right away. We're going to start with the Boho Hydrating Plum Lipstick. As I'm putting this on, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. You've subscribed to my channel here. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here and watching these tutorials. If you want to see something specific, just let me know. I'm happy to cover all of the things that you want to see covered. So today is going to be kind of a berry purple look. So this is the Boho Plum Lipstick. I love it. It's one of my favorite hydrating colors. Let me show you it on. It is so pretty no matter what time of the year it is. It has vitamin E in it. So it's going to keep your lips nice and hydrated too all day long. It's got great pigment too for it being such a nice hydrating lipstick. So it's got sunflower oil in here and vitamin E, and look how cute and sleek it is. I love the container of it. If you used to use the old True Dimensions lipstick, this is the new version of True Dimensions, and it's so much better. So much better. I used to love the True Dimensions a lot actually, but they used to get dry. They would dry out. These new ones do not do that. I've had this one for a while now, and it is still just as hydrating, and you can see there how creamy it is up on the top, and I've had this one for over a year. So they stay nice and creamy, and they stay nice and hydrating, so they do not dry out or anything like that. So this one is Boho Plum that I have on today. I love the color of it. I think it's beautiful for spring, summer, fall, winter, all year round. It's one of the colors that I love to wear all year round. So I'm also going to do my cheeks and my eyes with you. So we'll start with the cheeks first. The combination that I'm going to use today is going to be a mix between these two here. So we have Juicy Peach and Shy Blush. And I kind of like to just mix my blushes a little bit just because it gives you a little bit different coloring. So I just take my brush and I literally just kind of mix it around in there, pick up some color, and then I'll apply that over here on this side. So again, that was a mix between Shy Blush and Juicy Peach, and I'll post all of the products that I use down in the description. And you can always bring it in a little bit too. I've been seeing so many tutorials using, it's called like the W method, and it's just bringing your blush all the way to your nose and all the way out. It looks so natural because it kind of follows the coloring where we usually get a little bit pink, so it makes it just look a little bit more natural. And then I just like to use, so I just use the cheek brush to apply my blush. And now I'm going to use the all over powder brush just to kind of blend this out a little bit before I'm all done with my cheeks. So now it just looks a little bit more natural. All right, so that was the combination of Juicy Peach and Shy Blush, and now I'm going to do my eyeshadow with you. So for eyeshadow, and I'm going to have a little bit of eyeliner as well, excuse me, now I have the hiccups. I'm going to start with Light Beam Liquid Eyeshadow. So I always suggest starting with either a cream or liquid eyeshadow or eye primer, one or the other. So today's look, I'm going to use this Light Beam. Starting with either the eye primer or a liquid eyeshadow is just going to give your eyeshadow a nice base. It also is going to make it stay on a lot longer. So the Light Beam is kind of looks creamy, looks sparkly. So now you can take, I always use the cream color brush to blend this in, because cream color, it's just meant specifically for liquid eyeshadows or concealers. Under eye corrector, those are the things that I usually use for my cream color brush. All right, hang on, I dropped my eyeliner just a second. All right. Now, the eyeshadows that we're going to use today, I have in the outer corner, I have Sweet Plum, which let me show you them as I tell you. So I've got Sweet Plum, then I have a little bit of Merlot just in this very outer corner. I used Crystalline in the inner corner and right underneath my brow bone, and then I also used Rose Gold, which is not in this palette. I thought I got it from right here. Rose Gold right over here to highlight my the lid portion. So I'm going to do that all with you right now. I even have a little bit underneath, but again, I'll get there. We're going to do it all together. It's nice and simple though. Having this be so dimensional, it was actually a very simple combination. So we're going to start with the eye blending brush, which is the fluffy brush. And if you're using this, it's really, why you want to use this is either to blend colors that you already have on your eyes, or to lightly put a color and kind of spread it out and make it not super pigmented so it's in one exact spot, but just kind of nicely spread it out and make it so it's nice and natural and neutral. I love using Sweet Plum. It's one of my favorite, most used eyeshadow colors. So I'm putting it right here in this outer corner, and then I'm going to work it back and forth right along my crease line here. And then I'm also just kind of doing little circles just to make sure this is nice and blended in the outer portion of my eye. So you can see it's kind of following that same path over here. So in the crease line, and then also just little circles so that it's nice and blended all over the eye. Just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a little bit of the Merlot just to make it a little bit darker. I'm going to pick that up with my Crease Brush, so it's on an angle, and I'm going to take it on its angle and just apply this right out here in this outer portion of my eye, right along my lash line. Just like that. And now I'm just going to go back in with my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend this out. So it's just going to add a little bit of a darker color right in that very outer V out there. And I always like to start with these darker colors, especially after I already have the light beam on. So you can see the light beam's keeping that nice and light in the inner portion of my eye. But now I've got this darker color out here. Now I can go back in with the lighter colors to lighten it back up. You can always add more of the darker color afterwards. I find it so much easier to apply a darker color later on than have too much of the dark color and not be able to get rid of it. All right, now I'm just gonna keep blending this just a little bit more. Kind of clean that up with my finger there just a little bit. If you find that it's really fallen out, then you can always take a little bit of concealer or a little bit of foundation and clean up underneath that portion of your eye too. All right, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm gonna pick up the Sweet Plum again, and I'm gonna take that right underneath my eye, just about halfway. I just really like how this kind of makes my eye pop a little bit more, especially if you have brown eyes like I do. Purple's a perfect color. It's gonna look great too if you have green eyes or blue eyes, even hazel eyes. Purple looks really pretty with hazel eyes too. If you're beginning to kind of play with color, but you're not really sure how you feel about it, you're not fully sure that you want to do a full purple eye, you can always just add just that little bit underneath too. Just that little pop of color is gonna go a long ways. I do think that this is a great beginner purple look. So if you're looking to kind of dive into colors a little bit more, but you're not really sure how you feel about it, this Sweet Plum is a wonderful color to get started with. You can see as I kind of started applying it in the beginning, it was very neutral. It's almost like a pinkish purple. It's more on the pink side than it is a deep purple, if that makes sense. So it looks really deep in the container, but actually when you go to put it on, it goes on really, really nicely. All right, so what I did over on this side is I actually took just a little bit of my blush too, and just to kind of give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, warm tint to it, I took, with my fluffy brush, I picked up just a little bit of this Juicy Peach, and I popped it right on over the top. So you can see this is just gonna kind of give it a little bit of a golden hue. So if you loved the Warm Hues palette, hang on, let me bust it out real quick. If you loved this palette, I really, really loved this purple in here. This is limited edition, or it was limited edition. Anyway, I really loved this purple, and it reminds me, the Sweet Plum reminds me a lot of that, and especially with this little bit of that Juicy Peach over the top, it just kind of warms it up again. So it just makes it a little bit warmer, kind of like that purple. So you can always add a little bit more, like I said, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more of that Sweet Plum in this outer corner out here. Don't ever be afraid to use your blushes on your eyes too, because they work just as well on your eyes as they do on your cheeks, and they're so blendable, which I absolutely love. I also love the magnetic palette. This makes your life so much easier. You can fit in cream colors, you can fit in your powder eyeshadows, your powder blushes, and other ones. So that one's the Pro palette, so that's the biggest one. You can also get one of these that is the perfect palette that fits, again, eyeshadows, blushes. It's got a mirror on it. Let me see what I have in this one. This one has contour, and it also has cream blush and highlighter. You can fit all the things in them, which I love that about the palettes. It's so nice too when the seasons change and you know you want to switch up your makeup, you want to go with different colors, or you run out of some colors but you don't want to restock all the colors. You don't have to buy the whole palette again. You can buy just the colors that you want, which I love. I'm all here for that. All right, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add that little bit of rose gold. So I'm gonna pick up the rose gold here with my, this is my all over eyeshadow brush. I'm applying that right on my lid. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm gonna pick up this Moonstone right here. I think on the other side I might have actually used crystalline, but Moonstone and crystalline are both, let me show you the difference here, because they're very, very similar colors. I use them both very often. The crystalline is a little bit more on the brighter white side, where the Moonstone's a little bit more of a creamy color. But I use both of them. It's totally up to you and your preference, which one you prefer, or if you are like me and you want to just use both of them as you kind of feel led to. But here are the two differences. Let me stick them in here next to each other so you can see. They're very similar. All right, so right up here, you can see we've got these two colors right here. So this one is Moonstone, and then this one is crystalline. So you can see it's just a little bit creamier, a little bit more of maybe a neutral. The Moonstone is, where the crystalline's a little bit more icy and a little bit brighter. All right, next I'm going to add my little bit of eyeliner. So the eyeliner I'm using is the brown. This is the deep brown crayon eyeliner. I love this eyeliner because you can screw this up pretty bad and you can still fix it. It's very nice and light. So I like to just kind of run this right along my lash line. It's not going to be harsh like a black. It's going to show up. But like I said, it's not harsh like a black. It's got a lot more, give to it. Like I said, if you screw it up a little bit, that's okay. You can easily fix this. So if you're new to eyeliner, you're a beginner to makeup, try out the brown eyeliner. I really love the way it finishes. It still looks nice and dark, but again, it's so much easier to use. And if you ever want to sharpen them, so you want them to be nice and sharp, you can always pop off the top and you can sharpen your lip liners and your eyeliners like that. Last but not least, we're gonna curl the lashes and add a little bit of mascara. So I always curl before I put on my mascara. And actually I did not curl my other lashes so that I could show you the difference. I did not curl this side. So this side is without curling. I just put my mascara on, but it makes such a big difference when you curl them before, because you don't have to use as much mascara and you don't have to play with it for so long. Sometimes if I don't curl my mascara, I'll do like 3 coats and they're still just not curling right. They're not looking how I want them to. So curling them is such a key and makes it so much easier. And Mary Kay does not sell an eyelash curler. This was old limited edition, but Mary Kay does not sell one. So truthfully, buy an eyelash curler and try that out. I'm not selling that at all. I'm just telling you that is how it works the very best, is if you curl your eyelashes first and then you go ahead and use your mascara. All right, I'm using the waterproof mascara. So like I always say when I do these videos, you want to swap out your mascara every 3 months. So every 3 months you're going to want to switch it out, and that is for bacteria purposes, to make sure that your eyes are nice and clean. All right. Got 1 coat. Tell me down below too. I want to hear what you think about the blush combination, the lipstick, and the eyeshadow combination. What do you think down below? Tell me down below. And if you want to see a specific combo, tell me about that down below too. I do also have some really great beginner makeup videos. Make sure you check out my playlist if you're looking for something specific. I have some for just cream makeup, so when I'm using the cream kind of makeup, or I have others, like I said, for beginner makeup. So if you feel like you're brand new to makeup and you want all the very basic tips, check that out. And I'm going to be continuing to make more of those because I know you guys seem to really, really like those. So make sure you check those out if you haven't already, and I'm going to continue to make more of those. All right, I am almost done with this eye. Then I'm just gonna add a little bit of a lip gloss over the top so you can see the Boho Plum with a little bit of lip gloss too. All right, I'm gonna grab these bottom lashes here. The best way to do that is just look straight up a little bit. I'm looking into a mirror too, so that helps. So looking kind of having your head down just a little bit, looking up so that you're not going to be pushing them into your skin. And then just using that brush just to kind of just barely skim over the top of them to pick up a little bit of color. Just like that. All right, and then last but not least, I'm gonna add just a little bit of lip gloss. The lip gloss I'm gonna use today is Berry Delight, and I picked this one because I love the Berry Delight with the sweet plum that I used out here. So let me show you just a little bit of this over the top of the Boho Plum. It just gives it a nice pretty berry look. So tell me what you think down below, like I said, and also make sure you check down below. I have a couple of links. I have one that you can shop all the products that I used today. I have another one that is my email list. If you're not already on my email list, make sure you join it. In July, I'm doing Christmas in July. So if you want the deals for my Christmas in July sales that I'm doing, you have to either be a part of my email list or join my customer group. So make sure you do one of those two things so that you can get all the information about everything that I'm running in July. Christmas in July is one of my favorites just because it's summertime, but it's the best time to kind of celebrate and have a little bit of fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you back here for the next tutorial. Bye.